Hi, my name is Peter, and this is In with Peter Chulu. Global accounting executive Rick Eisenberg works for a company called ARCS. Not only is he a great guy, but he also supplements the research industry with good technology. In today's episode, he'll be telling us all about ARC's technology and how it can help you and the services that you provide in research. Rick, I'm excited to talk to you. Actually, I was waiting for this for a long time, so thank you very much for joining us today. How are things going on your end?
It's amazing. The weather is finally warming up, and like you, I've been waiting to see you and interact with you. I wish it could be in person, but unfortunately, we have to use technology.
Soon. In fact, every time I see you at conferences, and obviously, promoting the business and the software, I always have a smile on my face because I know that if I'm going to see Rick this year at a conference, that'll make my year. So I'm so glad that you're joining us. Okay, so Rick, let's get stuck in here. I want you to tell us in terms of ARCS, the software. So if there are people out there that do not know what ARCS is, right? So I know very much about the software. I'm a big fan myself, but assume that I don't know anything about ARCS. Can you let me know how ARCS complements the market research industry?
Sure. So ARCS is a do-it-yourself, enterprise-grade panel management, participant engagement, and research ops platform. What that really means, it's designed for companies that want to build, manage, and engage with an opted-in database of research participants that they can invite to test their products. It was really built to bring efficiencies to the process. And if you've ever recruited somebody, it's not always an easy task of identifying, inviting, qualifying, scheduling, reminding, paying that right individual to get them in that research project.
Okay, so how old is ARCS? When did you guys actually come up with the idea, and what made you guys come up with it?
We've been providing ARCS to the industry for almost 24 years now. And, it started as a tool that was designed for CPG companies in the sensory research space. So hair care, skin care, home goods, body care, food, beverage, flavor companies that all wanted to build their own research participant database that they can reach out to and invite to try new products, new flavors, new concepts, and gain feedback a little bit better than what they were doing in the past by going door to door, knocking, looking for participants.
Okay, great. So it's sort of like smoothing things out and made it faster. That's what I'm getting for you, right? So it's efficiency. Absolutely. Okay, efficiency, speed. I guess you could also be putting, saving costs on operations there?
Absolutely. If anybody would step back and really look at that process of what it takes, especially if you're using disparate systems, to pull a list, upload it into another tool, send out emails, being able to target, not knowing when the last time this person participated, scheduling could be a nightmare, quotas. So ARCS brings all that efficiencies into the process.
Okay. I guess the question that people are dying to know, the question that I'm actually want to know is how have you noticed your business platform or your business offering, how has it changed in considering the COVID scenario and obviously the fact that everyone is moving from face-to-face to now online? Have you noticed any sort of changes in the business trends on your side?
Absolutely. And what I'd like to do is if I can talk about our customer base and who uses ARCS, where the history's been, and then I'll certainly answer your question. I probably was not the best student, and I don't always follow things in rules, but so we started out in the sensory research space, and then our next growth was focus group facilities, so companies that are actually doing research for others. And then we went into clinical and medical research customers, and then either we found them or they found us, but UX and design researchers is our largest concentrated, fastest growing segment of users with ARCS. So with COVID, companies needed to figure out a way to use technology to be able to continue to operate their business. We're fortunate that a marketing systems group, our company instituted or rolled out Teams in December of 2019, pre-COVID. So we already had the tools in place for us to be able to collaborate and continue operating using technology as we are all working remotely, but being able to support our client base as they were now being dispersed and working in their homes and other places that aren't their offices. What we're seeing, though, is that companies were changing methodologies. A lot of our customers will bring people into a facility or into a lab to conduct some research, now have to start figuring out how to do things remotely. So we're seeing a lot of consolidation in you call them viewing facilities, we call them focus group facility space. So a lot of consolidation there, but a lot of tech companies are realizing that their database that maybe was within a 15-mile of their premise, now those lines could be erased and they could start engaging with people that are in different states, different countries, different ethnicities, different languages. So it really helped them to expand their community of users that they can interact with. And ARCS allowed them to target and invite those participants to join their database and go from there.
Great. Well, I guess you've kind of benefited from the fact that everyone has gone from face-to-face to actually now using more software and solutions. But what's next for you guys? As in, what are we looking out for when it comes to ARCS? Are there any new updates that we should be looking out for, or any new sort of like step ups or developments?
So we're a very innovative company, and the first thing we do is, we reach out to our customers and say, what features would you like? What functionality? And once we get that list, we allow them to vote on it. So that gets put into a development sprint in addition to what our developers have in mind. So we typically come out with updates 2 to 3 times a year. And what's nice is they get rolled out to everybody else. We have a lot that has been rolled out since we started and a lot that's about to come out with some new versions. So we're always trying to add more functionality to ARCS. Some of it we develop in-house. Other things we will go to off-the-shelf products. So industry-leading communication tools like email, text messaging was huge for our clients. Integrating an incentive distribution tool. So not only can we track money and points that people earn, but the ability to then pay them automatically through the portal. Some of our clients, especially in the technology space, are showing concepts and products that aren't even released yet. So we've integrated with DocuSign so we can handle the NDA management piece of it. And then we developed a work frame for automation so that we can manage that process automatically, so somebody doesn't have to send a DocuSign agreement, wait for it to get back, and then put them in this pile. These are the people that need to be scheduled. So at the end of the day, our value proposition is reducing the amount of time and cost and really manual processes, reducing those so that it's easier, quicker, and cheaper to get that right individual in that research seat so the researchers can do their job and make their products better.
Great. And I like the fact that you have all these things that could plug into ARCS, right? So you've mentioned a few softwares that actually help you do other operations, but you can plug them into ARCS and make everything into like a one-stop shop and have everything very smoothly running together. So that's good there. Lastly, I wanted to find out from you is what kind of clientele are you targeting? So if I'm a client looking at this or listening to this podcast, is who are you talking to? Who are your clientele? Who would you like to be targeting when it comes to ARCS?
That's a loaded question, and I'm going to hopefully give you a good answer. But I've had a lot of sales jobs in my career, and I've always had a territory or a vertical. And in the position that I'm at, I have neither. So really, it's anybody and everybody that wants to do research. If you would have asked me this 9 years ago when I started, it would have been century scientists from the CPG space or viewing facilities or focus group facilities. In today's world, it's a UX or design researcher that is providing entertainment, content, technology, services, B2B or consumer research. We're doing a lot of clinical and patient recruiting. We have a lot of people that are really just engaging with anybody, e-commerce, mobile websites, applications. So anybody that is engaging digitally with a product or a physical product that really wants to be able to tap their customers on the shoulder or their competitors' customers and say, how can we make our products better? What are you looking for? And it really is unlimited. We have from a single mom and pop location focus group facility to global customers that are doing research in 10 countries and everywhere in between. So it's really anybody that wants to conduct 4 or more research projects a month, because that's a sweet spot where it really makes sense when you look at the true cost of recruiting participants, to some of the largest companies in the world that want to be able to provide a tool for many different operational organizations within their company.
And you know what, Rick, not only are you a nice guy, but the fact is that you have the experience and 9 years behind you. So every time when you tell me about ARCS, I'm more, it's convincing just because you actually have the experience as well. And I actually do believe you. I think it's a tool that a lot of researchers and research companies can benefit from. So I hope by this podcast, we help you actually spread out some of that good news, obviously over the pond, even to the European side, because I know you guys are based in the US. But I hope it actually brings you some more European clients. But Rick, thank you very much for that. I know you have a busy day ahead of you, so I won't take up any more of your time. But it was a pleasure catching up with you, and hopefully I'll see you at the next conference.
Always a pleasure. I know I have a couple in the States, but I'm dying to get back to Europe. So I will see you soon, my friend. Thank you for this invitation. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Rick.
Cheers.